last night in the English Premier League. One will expect the Reds to also push for the top position following the victories for Manchester City and Manchester United yesterday, but their poor form continued following the 83rd minute penalty converted by Ashley Barnes. Well, let's see how Jurgen Klopp's side will react to the defeat last night at Anfield, because he has said that they are going to attack the title. I don't know how far this attack has gone, but right now things are falling apart for Liverpool. It seems they are now walking alone. But let's see their reaction after that match last night. We saw a game in the Copa del Rey and the Spanish Copa del Rey last night. Barcelona following Madrid's elimination to Alcoyano Itetia side in the Spanish football. Yesterday, Barcelona almost followed suit, but 2 penalties saved for the first time by a goalkeeper against Barcelona. But in extra time, yes, one of the players that missed the penalty, Ousmane Dembele, scored a goal before Martin Braithwaite added the second. So Barcelona, they are through to the next round in the Spanish Copa del Rey. Then there was a Spanish game yesterday, La Liga game at Atletico Madrid, beating Eibar away from home, and also Valencia playing. We'll be giving you more results. There were basketball matches yesterday, and also we have been told that Saul Canelo Alvarez will be fighting in February to defend his WBA WBC super middleweight title against Abni Yildirim. These and many more will come on your way this morning. It is Sports Fiesta reaching you live on M2.7 KFM down here in Benin City. My name is Ewusa Agwikan, the Sports Maestro, and I have with me here Salio Ibrahim, the Ibracadabra of Sports. Ibrahim, good morning. Let's begin from Anfield. This is something I never expected, and I never thought would happen yesterday, because looking at the way the league was going and the competitiveness and the way things are taking over the number 1 position. Yesterday, I expected Liverpool to also get their win after 5 matches without winning, but it was a shock of their life that they got a late winner.
Well, if you say you never expected that, maybe you've forgotten too soon what happened to Liverpool last season. Remember that they were unbeaten for a long time and they were playing so well, it appeared that they were going to repeat what Arsenal did in 2004, the invincible season. But who beat them? Watford. What happened to Watford at the end of the day?
Yeah,
they were relegated. Yeah, so this is why the English Premier League, in fact, sports generally, football in particular, it's like that. Sometimes you think that you are untouchable, you are invincible, and it will take one unknown opponent, one opponent that nobody gives any chance. Look at Mike Tyson, who was the first person to beat him. James Buster Douglas. Yeah. Nobody expected that. It was just like, okay, Tyson was looking forward to fighting against Holyfield, but he fought Buster Douglas, and he was knocked out in the 10th round. So it happens. In sports, you should always expect the unexpected. And I wasn't particularly surprised that Burnley won yesterday, although honestly I thought that Liverpool were going to win, because it's been a poor run, and if you wanted to get back on the winning track, you feel like that a game like Burnley, that away below Liverpool on the table, will be a very good opportunity for them to get back on to winning ways. But small clubs like that are desperate, sometimes they give you a very good fight. I honestly expected that Burnley were going to make it difficult for Liverpool last night, but I thought that Liverpool win. But when Burnley won, I was not surprised, because I know that this is sport and anything can happen. And besides, for Liverpool, it has happened before. Besides, this is the English Premier League, where one small team, one relegation-bound team, could beat the team that will eventually be crowned champion. So if you are not very, very careful, then things like this can happen to you. But it's going to be really, really concerning now for Jurgen Klopp. He's done his best to try and lift the spirits. He said that things aren't that bad, that he's not happy, but it's not a catastrophe. But honestly, with what happened yesterday, it is not a catastrophe for Liverpool. They might still be in the top 4, but that there is no guarantee now that they're going to finish in the top 4. Maybe the positive that they can take from this is that clubs like Chelsea and Arsenal haven't performed so well, but we can see that Arsenal they're having a resurgence. But whether they will be able to keep on that momentum and eventually make the top four is something that is to be seen. Chelsea in recent weeks have been very poor. Jurgen Klopp recently said that Chelsea were title contenders, that they were even the favorite to win the title. The moment it was like he jinxed Chelsea by saying that, because the moment he uttered that praise, Lampard immediately came out and said, no, and that's too much. We are not title contenders. And almost the next week, Chelsea played and they lost, and they have not been able to really put together a winning run since Jurgen Klopp has said that. So, yeah, huge surprise, but I wasn't shocked, because I knew that in the English Premier League something like that can happen. But you've got to be really, really disappointed at Liverpool. Yes, they have possession. At one point it was 75-25.
Even in the first half, they could have gone ahead.
It doesn't matter. In football, the possession does not matter, especially if you do not use it. But I think Liverpool had 27 attempts, which you can't even blame them for not attempting. Divock Origi was guilty.
Yeah, one-on-one with a goalkeeper.
And you see, this is why sometimes when you start saying, play this person, play this one, play that one, sometimes it works. So sometimes when you have somebody who maybe comes in once in a while and he does a good job, and suddenly people start clamoring that this person should be starting, you now start that person and he is unable to perform at that level that you thought he was going to. That's exactly what happened to Divock Origi. Maybe we should even ask some questions of Jurgen Klopp. I mean, why drop Mohamed Salah?
And Roberto Firmino.
Why drop Roberto Firmino?
Yeah.
Why start with Xherdan Shaqiri and Divock Origi? These guys, we know they are decent players, but come on, you know that the quality of Mo Salah and Firmino is leagues above them. They are very good squad players, Origi and Shaqiri, but to start them yesterday, I thought that the manager made a mistake, but it is what it is. You've got to accept it. And now Liverpool will be really, really concerned. Fans of Liverpool will be really, really concerned about their title chart. Can they retain the title? It's time to start asking that question, because what happened yesterday was really, really disappointing for them.
All right, that defeat yesterday at their own ground came nearly 4 years ago against Crystal Palace, and that was in April 2017. And they are now fourth on the table, 6 points behind leaders Manchester United at the middle point. Well, they
were fourth before the game.
Yeah,
they were hoping that
they could go,
get back to being realistic title contenders. Well, they are Liverpool, so they will be title contenders until it is mathematically impossible for them to win the title. But with what happened yesterday, you can see clearly. It's not like this is just a fluke. It's a one of it just happened. It has, for the past 5 games now, Liverpool have struggled seriously, and they've not even scored. They've not scored in 4 consecutive games now. I can't remember the last time this happened.
This is
with that all-star attacking force that they have got, with the way they play, the high press and everything. You expect that Liverpool will be getting goals. I am just shocked that they are unable to. Defensively, yeah, we know that they're having some issues, but at least yesterday they even had Joel Matip back in central
with Fabinho.
Defense. So we did not really need to see Henderson and Fabinho playing as a central defenders when we know that they are actually midfielders. But unfortunately for them, it didn't work out. Alisson Becker considered the penalty late on, and Ashley Barnes stepped up and scored the goal. So disappointing for Liverpool. They've now got to start worrying. Can they really get back and win the title? It's going to be very difficult with the kind of form that Manchester City in particular and Manchester United are in at the moment. Leicester City have shown that they are not going away anytime soon. People are beginning to even start talking about the miracle of 2016 again, and you can't put it past them, because when you look at the quality they have, from the defense to the midfield to the attack, they are stacked. They are a very good side, and anything that will beat them will have to really bring their A game. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult. And so, Liverpool now, maybe the title is, well, in the English Premier League, you never say never. You have to wait until the final whistle of the last round of matches are blown before you can say conclusively that one team has won, or when it is mathematically impossible for any team to catch the leader. That's when you can say, okay, this team has won it. Things can change very quickly in the English Premier League. At the beginning of the season, it was looking like Liverpool were going to retain the title. It was looking like Chelsea were title contenders. But look at what has happened at the moment. So Liverpool, I know they will come back. They've got too much quality for this slump to continue indefinitely. But the kind of body blows that they've taken, I don't know whether they will be able to come back. Manchester United have already had their slump. Manchester City, that's the dangerous thing. They've already had. Otherwise, you will be saying, it doesn't matter how good you are. There will be times in the season when a team is going to slip up. Manchester United slipped up early in the season. Manchester City, the same thing, where basically thinking, no, these guys are not in title contention. Now it is happening to Liverpool, it is happening to Chelsea, that happened to Arsenal, and now they are getting their group back. So it matters the time of the season, the period that it happens to you. This is a very bad time for it to happen to any team, because this is where you usually start having that title track. December, January, February, usually clearly pull away from the rest of the chasing pack, so that even if you slip a bit in March, April, you still have enough by May to be crowned champions. But with what has happened to Liverpool, I don't know whether they will be able to pull it off. Jurgen Klopp spoke after the game, so courtesy of the BBC. He said this defeat is a massive punch in the face. He didn't exactly call it a catastrophe now. So let's hear the courtesy of the BBC.
Jurgen, disappointment, how do you feel?
Oh, yes. Everything, all the English words, I don't know about could use for that. Massive punch in the face or whatever. Of course, it's my responsibility. That's the easy explanation. We had the ball a lot. We created some and didn't finish the situations off. So that's it. That keeps the game open. And then they get a penalty, which I didn't see back. So Ali told me he didn't touch him, but I didn't see it back, so I have no idea.
Can you put your finger on why you can't put the ball in the net at the moment?
Yeah, it's decision making. That's clear. So in making in the right moment the wrong decision. So when you have the ball that much and are that often in the box, so we had 3 crosses in the box. We tried to find a free play. We didn't find it. Then about the movement in the box, there's always a football explanation for it. That's how it is. And how I said, it's my job to make sure that the boys are in the right position, that they feel right, that they feel confident, that they all do all these kind of things. And obviously, I couldn't make it.
I think since the Palace game, the 7-0, I think it's 1 goal in 90 attempts at goal, which is extraordinary, isn't it? Really?
Absolutely. It's how I said, it's a tough one. It's not easy to explain. It's like, why would you? These boys are not the kind of person with after 7-0 things will just go like this. They're really hard working. They worked tonight hard, but it didn't happen. And that's something we have to change, obviously. And if something doesn't work, you have to try harder. You have to try more. You have to try more often. You have to try longer. In our case, especially because tonight you can actually not lose that game, but we made it happen. So it was not easy to lose that game, but we did it. And so that's a low point. Absolutely. It's not that we now think, okay, things like this can happen. No. That's actually, it's not possible to lose that game, but we did it. And again, it's our fault.
You've got a group of players who are used to winning. How are they in this period with not winning?
Nobody's as good in losing as in winning, I think, and we are not. But it's not about blaming or putting the finger on somebody and say it's because of you. It's not. It's really we have to sort it together, and we will. But in football, you don't have a lot of time, so it's really like this. Tonight, we tried a lot. In some moments, absolutely right things. In some moments, not, and that's then the problem. But you have just to, I don't know how to say it actually, to break the wall down like by trying. When the ball is down, then these boys will try again. I know that, but until then we have to try really hard and a lot of times, and in the right mood would help as well. But you could see we had chances, so like the typical Rigi chance, I think the Bobby chance.
Well, that's the manager there talking about Jurgen Klopp. Well, he has everything still going on for him. Let's see what will happen in their next game. And they have another big game on Sunday against rivals Manchester United. That will be in the FA Cup, and let's see how they are going to react in that big game. But in their next game in the English Premier League, I think it must be a win for them if they are to challenge for the title. All right, that is what happened yesterday in the English Premier League. All right, we go to the Spanish La Liga. There were games there yesterday as Valencia failed to beat Osasuna. That game ended 1-1. Then Luis Suarez scored twice. The second was a late-minute penalty that gave them that win, but it was a goalkeeper who scored his very first goal for the visitors. Ibar, talking about Dimitrov. He got them winning that goal from the penalty spot, but by an Atletico level, and they finally got a win. 7 points ahead of their closest rivals, Real Madrid. I think it's looking good for them. And
yeah, it's looking good. I'll be surprised if they don't go on to win the title because Barcelona and Real Madrid have both flopped their lines. Atletico have just been steady. One thing with Atletico, which I think has made them not to win many titles, they are very difficult to beat normally, but sometimes they don't score that many goals. But I think Diego Simeone has been able to correct that this season. They are now scoring goals, and we know how good they are defensively. They've got, in my opinion, the best goalkeeper in the world in Jan Oblak. It's very, very difficult to score against him. And they are a well-drilled machine when it comes to not conceding. They are usually very, very good. Their defense starts from the attack. So when you are attacking them, the attackers first start marking you. So it's before you get to the attackers and then come to the midfield. And by the time you get to the defense, and if you are able to somehow breach all of these solid defensive lines, you now come up against the best goalkeeper in the world, which is not an easy thing. That's why they don't concede many goals. But unfortunately, over the past couple of seasons, they've not been scoring many goals. But now I think Diego Simeone has been able to get that right. And even though they are not yesterday, it was a late goal that Luis Suarez got. I think in the 89th minute that he got the second goal with which they won the match. So it tells you how resolute they are. Mentally, they are prepared, and I'll be shocked if they do not go on to win this. Not because I think they are heads and shoulders above Real Madrid and Barcelona, but because these other giants have missed a good opportunity to pull away from the rest of the pack. Atletico Madrid haven't. They have just been there, and when they got the opportunity, they got in front, and it's looking very, very good for them. I don't know whether Zidane will even stay until the end of the season. Ronald Koeman is not settled at Barcelona. He might not be in charge at the beginning of next season. Yeah, but with Atletico Madrid, Diego Simeone is there. I think if he's going to leave, it will be that he chose to leave, because the club has been really happy with him, with what he's been able to do for them the last couple of years. They are very good, and in the Champions League they'll be meeting Chelsea, who are in disarray right now. I don't know what will happen in February when they will be meeting, but it is looking like Atletico Madrid can win a title this season. As I said, I'll be surprised if they don't go on, having done so well. I'll be surprised if they don't go on to win the Spanish La Liga title this season.
Okay, that is what happened yesterday in the Spanish La Liga center there. All right, just give us a minute. I'll be right back. welcome. We just quickly fixed one or two things there. And like we told you before, what went down yesterday in La Liga Santander, apart from that game that was played, the Valencia also hosted Osasuna, but they couldn't get much more points to push top the table. But they are still struggling. They got a 1-1 draw in that game yesterday. So right now, it's looking very good for Rojiblancos, Atletico Madrid, and Ronald Koeman to be biting his fingers right now. Why did I allow Luis Suarez to leave? And Barca's loss is now Atletico Madrid's gain. All right, let's go on this break. When we return from this break, then we'll talk more on the show. Just stay tuned.
When you think durability and great value for your money, only one name comes to mind, and that is Jasobe Auto Care, a subsidiary of Jasobe Global Network Cars and Heavy-Duty Vehicles. Solar battery made in Korea, Everstart battery made in Korea, and GS Yuasa battery made in Japan and other batteries. At Jasobe Auto Care, we are committed to making our customers happy with our affordable batteries, which are direct from the manufacturers. Jasobe Global Network is a very reliable name in the sale and installation of CCTV cameras for your homes and offices, power backup solutions and components consisting of solar PV module, solar inverter, and sealed maintenance-free batteries. Visit us today at Jasobe Global Network, 59 Akbakaba Road, Benin City, Nigeria, or call us on 0803-8624-858 or log on to www.jasobe.com. Jasobe, value for money.
In mind, the families of Iragbon and Irunse cordially request the honor of your presence to the 1-year remembrance Thanksgiving of our beloved daughter, wife, sister, auntie, mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother, late Elder Mrs. Christiana Iweho Irunse. Date, Sunday, 24th January 2021, time 10 a.m. at True Vine Assembly, 25 Ozolwa Avenue off Ekewa Road by Owando Filling Station, Benin City, Edo State. Reception follows immediately at our residence, number 8, Boundary Road off Henry Omorogeva Street, Ubuyo Quarters, Benin City. Signed,
Grace Uzibo for the family.
The success everybody they see. Nobody was there when the journey started. When you had to kill your sleep and sometimes break down with pains, aches, and fever. But success lies at the other end of pain. And as a Naija born and bred, we know they carry last. Push through pain with Emzo paracetamol. Then stare pain in the face and say, not today.
For aches, pains, and fever, trust Emzo paracetamol. If symptoms persist after 2 days, please see your doctor.
Honey?
Yes, dear?
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food. I think it's about time we go solar.
How?
With Vertical Solar, we can have all our appliances and electronics powered by solar, and they allow us to pay small. We can pay installmentally with as low as 36,000 naira monthly. Spread across 12 months.
Tell me more.
I know you like the idea of paying small. Vertical Solar range of products can power all household devices, including air conditioners and water pumps.
What are the benefits of solar power?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, no more spending on generator, and no more generator noise.
I see. But how can I locate Vertical Solar?
Head now to 28 Country Home Metal Road off Ajib Junction, Sapler Road, Benin City, or Blossom Mall beside Stop to Shop stores, DBS Road, Asaba. Or you can call them on 0816-170-1105 or 0703-623-4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
Welcome back, and in case you're just tuning in, it's Sports Fiesta reaching you live on 92.7 KBFM down here in Benin City with me, Ewusa Egbeka, the Sports Maestro, and I've still got Salih Ibrahim, the Bracadabra Sports, with me on the show this morning. We told you what went down in England yesterday, as well as what happened in the Spanish La Liga Santander. But there was another competition going on right now in Spain, and Barcelona took on Alcoyano yesterday, and Alcoyano almost shocked them, just the same way that Real Madrid were knocked out. But at the end of the day, it was 2 goals in extra time from Ousmane Dembele and Mason Bright White that gave them the victory in that game yesterday. Barca won 2-0, and they've now progressed to the next stage. From the way they are really struggling this time, I don't know, like you said before, Ibrahim, though this manager is stopped up talking about Ronald Koeman, but I thought he would be able to do some certain things that will make them to extend his contract without thinking of another manager. But the way things are going, at the end of the season, the new manager could be at the end of the affair at Barcelona.
Well, if they don't win any trophy and Lionel Messi leaves, I think they will definitely change Ronald Koeman. There are some very good managers that are out there available right now. We know that Thomas Tuchel is free. We know that Maximiliano Allegri is free. We're talking right now. And at the end of the season, maybe people like Raf Hassan Hutul of Southampton might be free. There are a couple of other names, including Julian Nagelsmann of RB Leipzig. All those ones might be available, and Barcelona could get one of them. So I think I am beginning to suspect that Ronald Koeman, except he suddenly dramatically turns their season around and they win La Liga, win the Copa del Rey, that's when he will return his job. If not, he's going to be shown the exit door. It's been really bad what has happened at Barcelona. Last season they did not win anything, and right now they got to the final of the Spanish Super Cup. They were beaten by Athletic Bilbao, and see what's going on in the Copa del Rey. They struggled, lost 2 penalties. Like Messi was unavailable for them. Lost 2 penalties in that encounter. But thank God, at least they still went on to win. But the management of the club will be looking at the results and thinking, no, this is not our Barcelona. This is not even the Barcelona that Ronald Koeman played in, because they were dominant then. Yeah, even though they were humiliated in the final of the 1994 UEFA Champions League by AC Milan, who were then managed by the great Fabio Capello. They had Romario, Hristo Stoichkov, Ronald Koeman, and Donizo Bizarreta, all great players, but it didn't quite work out for them. So perhaps now they will feel they need to get that old Barcelona flair back, that Barcelona that was dominant and was brushing aside teams.
All right, now let's come down to Nigeria. We are still going to give you the fixtures of the top 5 leagues and out of Nigeria Professional Football League later before we leave. But if we don't, if we fail to do that this morning, hopefully by 4 we'll do that. But quickly, let's come down to Nigeria and tell you about the much-awaited match, second leg between Rivers United, Nigeria Professional Football League side, and South African outfit Bloemfontein Celtic. From what we are getting, Rivers United, they have arrived at Porto Novo, Benin Republic, ahead of their second leg preliminary round CAF Confederation Cup clash against South African side. And remember, the first leg ended 2-0 in favor of Rivers United when they traveled down to South Africa. But due to COVID-19, they were not allowed into the country to play the second leg in Port Harcourt, so they had to play nearby country, Benin Republic. That game will be played at the Charles de Gaulle Stadium, Porto Novo, on Saturday. And from Rivers, Coach Stanley Goma, he confirmed this, and he said they are there and they are also going to give their all to ensure that they goes through to the next stage. And if they do, they are going to be facing Imba International, another tight counter for them, and this time they are brothers.
Yeah, I think there are very good chances that we are going to have an all-Nigerian affair in the final round of the CAF Confederation Cup. I would have wanted it differently. I would have wanted Enyimba to face another team, then Rivers United facing another team. At least that gives us 50% chance in each match of advancing to the group stages. And I hope they will even also be in different groups, so that maybe my prediction was, or maybe the only thing that will assuage our hot feelings, the way we crashed out of the CAF Champions League, was that we have two Nigerian sides playing in the final of the CAF Confederation Cup. But it's not going to happen now, because one thing we are sure of, Enyimba are there waiting. We're not absolutely sure yet of Rivers United, but we are very confident that they will advance, because they already won the first leg 2-0 away from home. So even if they lose 1-0, they will make it. If they lose 2-1, 3-2, by that kind of score line, they will still advance. So we hope that they get the result that they need, so that they will make it to the next round of the CAF Confederation Cup, and then they will play against Enyimba. It's disappointing. It's kind of like what happened in 2009, when we had two Nigerian sides getting to the semi-final of the CAF Champions League, Heartland and Kano Pillars, and then I was praying that they will avoid each other, but it was Heartland taking on Kano Pillars in the semi-final, and many were happy that, okay, at least Nigeria is guaranteed a place in the final. I said, I'm going to look at it differently. I was hoping that they will avoid each other, so that we stand a chance of having an all-Nigerian final. But the counter-argument was, well, if they play against different sides, then there is also a risk that no Nigerian side will get to the final. But at least with this one, you are sure that one Nigerian team will be in the final. It happened that Heartland won, but then Heartland got embarrassed in the final of the competition, and Nigeria fails to win the CAF Champions League that year. So now that we are guaranteed that one Nigerian club will be in the not yet even. I was going to say one Nigerian club is guaranteed. So that's the danger. If they were not meeting themselves, the way. So we just hope that Rivers United will win, so that at least one Nigerian team will be guaranteed to advance to the group stages.
All right, looking at the Chan tournament still going on right now in Cameroon. We had two games yesterday where Libya and DR Congo played at a 1-0 draw, and also Congo and Niger also drew 1-0. That is what happened yesterday. And following that draw in Group B, Libya, they are now third with 2 points from 2 matches, while DR Congo are top with 4 points from 2 matches. Niger are second, 2 points from 2 matches, while Congo are bottom from 2 points. Bottom with 1 point rather from 2 matches. But today we'll be having some games today, and that will be between Morocco and Rwanda, as well as Uganda and Togo. The first match is bid for 5 p.m., while the second will take place at 8 p.m. That is what to expect in the ongoing Chan tournament. And talking about our own Joe Erico, who passed on yesterday, the news broke out and it shattered our hearts. We are still mourning, and President Muhammadu Buhari, he has joined other Nigerians to mourn the late Joe Erico. Even the Nigerian Football Federation they've also sent in their tribute, and many others, because it came as a shock. And the wife also, in an interview, said the husband complained of body pains, to her. But that was what happened. But right now, it's no more, and we still hope that may God rest his soul and continue to give comfort to the family, because it wasn't really easy to take yesterday. When I heard the news, I was like, wow, another one again after the minister just passed on 2 days ago. Okay, now let's talk about
before we leave Nigeria, the National Sports Festival, people are calling to ask what is going on. What we can tell you is that the main organizing committee of the 2020 National Sports Festival, which will be likely to be held in 2021 in Benin City, Edo State, the main organizing committee, they will be coming to town. So by Monday, they are the local organizing committee, the LOC, they are going to inspect the facilities that Edo State has put together to host the National Sports Festival. And after that, after they do that, the health facilities, the facilities for the sports and everything, they are going to now issue a statement. So the main organizing committee is coming into town, and they will meet with the local organizing committee, and after that, they will issue a statement, and then they will tell us definitively when the National Sports Festival Edo 2020 is going to take place. So we'll have to wait until Monday to get a clear direction on where things are at the moment.
Okay, now quickly let's talk basketball, because we're still going to give you the fixtures if we still have that time. I never expected this yesterday, but all the same, I think this is one way to react, because you cannot just lose to 2 matches back to back, and the reaction was positive. Yes, LeBron James was the top performer for LA Lakers as they won their 8th game on the road, and that was against another good side, Milwaukee Bucks, with Giannis Antetokounmpo, the great freak. I remember his brother, younger brother, Kontas Antetokounmpo, plays for LA Lakers. So the brotherly things were put aside yesterday, but it was the LA Lakers that won. And remember, they lost their last game, losing to home to Golden State Warriors. But yesterday, LeBron James came up and inspired them to that victory yesterday over their opponents.
Yeah, LeBron got 34.6 rebounds and 8 assists, while Giannis Antetokounmpo got on 25 points, 12 rebounds and 1 assist. But it was the LA Lakers that won this encounter, 113 points to 106. I think they've laid down solid markers. They are telling every other team that they are not going to be giving their title up easily. So if you have to beat them, if you are going to be champions, you may have to beat them, and they are not going to be easy. Yeah, they've lost. I think their loss against Golden State Warriors was their 4th loss of the season, but they've won more matches than anybody, and that's why they're top of the Western Conference. A good display against a tough side yesterday. So they are proving the reason why they are champions. Brooklyn Nets, of course, have got a big 3 now in James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. Yeah, but things sometimes does not even really go the way they want. They lost their last game, but you expect that they would bounce back. So every team, you've got to consider them as potential rivals, and I think that's what the LA Lakers are doing. New Orleans Pelicans also played against Utah Jazz, and it was the Jazz who won this encounter, 129 points to 118. As Williamson scored 27 points, 3 rebounds and 2 assists for New Orleans Pelicans, but Donovan Mitchell got 36 points, 7 rebounds and 5 assists to help his team win. Golden State Warriors, they lost their game yesterday, played against New York Knicks, and they scored 104 points, but New York Knicks got 119 points. Julius Randle got 16 points, 7 rebounds and 9 assists for New York Knicks, while Steph Curry got 30 points, 3 rebounds and 4 assists, but it was not good enough because his team lost. And tonight we are going to have Chicago Bulls taking on Charlotte Hornets. Houston Rockets will play against Detroit Pistons. Orlando Magic versus Indiana Pacers. Brooklyn Nets will battle Cleveland Cavaliers. Boston Celtics versus Philadelphia 76ers. Miami Heat will take on Toronto Raptors. Atlanta Hawks versus Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas Mavericks playing against San Antonio Spurs. Denver Nuggets will travel to take on Phoenix Suns. Oklahoma City Thunder versus LA Clippers. New York Knicks versus Sacramento Kings. So these are the matches that we look forward to later tonight.
All right, quickly, let's switch to boxing. Saul Canelo Alvarez. Yes, it is confirmed right now that his next fight will be against Avni Yildirim, and it will be in Miami on February 27th. That is when the Mexican will be defending his WBA, WBC super middleweight belts, and it hasn't been easy though, but for him to have fought so many times and lost just one, talking about Alvarez, is the favorite going into this fight, because his opponent has also lost twice. But looking at the way things are going, I think this is the way to go. And he said he's ready now that the COVID-19 is really, really tough, and he's also tough on his own. He wants to go out there and ensure that Udrim is beaten. Talking about Saul Canelo Alvarez. We're looking forward to this match, and it's supposed to be a big one on the 27th of February.
Yeah, my money will be on Alvarez, but you know, as we have said several times, in combat sports, anything can happen. One perfectly timed punch and it could be done. But when you look at pedigree and everything, you've got to say Canelo Alvarez is pound for pound the best boxer in the world right now. Yeah, there was some controversy when he fought against Gennady Golovkin, and we are hoping that we'll have a third match between the two gentlemen. The first was a draw, the second Canelo ended it. So now Canelo has been in a very good form. Even his last fight, he knocked out his opponent. So, and he's somebody that doesn't run away. He's always there. He's always fighting. Sometimes he fights 3 times in a year. That's one thing I like about him. So we'll wait to see what happens in this encounter. But if I'm not a betting person, but if I were, I'll be placing my bets on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
All right, so now quickly let's give you what to expect in the top 5 leagues in Europe this weekend, and also what to expect in the Nigerian Professional Football League, because this weekend action will start today in some of the leagues, while others will start tomorrow. In the English Premier League, it's starting on Saturday. Aston Villa will kick off things at 9 with a home match against Newcastle United. Then on Sunday, it will be at Crystal Palace. They will be at home to West Ham United. Newcastle United will face Leeds United. Okay, then Southampton will be at home to Arsenal, while you have West Bromwich Albion taking on Manchester City. These are the matches to expect this weekend in the English Premier League. Then we look at the Spanish La Liga Santander. Some matches are also fixed for this weekend. We have on the 22nd, which is today, Levante will be at home to Real Valladolid. Tomorrow, Saturday, SD Huesca will host Villarreal. Sevilla will entertain Cadiz. Then Real Sociedad will take on Real Betis. Deportivo Alaves will host Real Madrid. Then on Sunday, it will be Osasuna versus Granada. Elche will take on Barcelona. Celta Vigo will face Eibar. Atletico Madrid will be at home this time to Valencia. Then on Monday, it will be Athletic Bilbao to Itafi. That is what to expect in this Spanish La Liga Santander. That takes us to the Italian Serie A, where we also have some matches slated for this weekend. And in the Italian Serie A, we have a second to quickly get the updates for this weekend from the Italian Serie A. Okay, yeah, we have them right now. This weekend, Italian Serie A on that's tonight. Benevento at 8:45 will play host to Torino. Then tomorrow, Saturday, Roma will take on Spezia. AC Milan will face Atalanta. Promises to be explosive. Udinese versus Inter. Fiorentina will take on Crotone. Then while on Sunday, Juventus, who won the Super Coppa Italia, will be at home to Bologna. Genoa will take on Cagliari. Hellas Verona versus Napoli. You have Lazio taking on Sassuolo, while Parma will face Sampdoria. That is what to expect in the Italian Serie A. And that takes us to the German Bundesliga, where some matches are also fixed for this weekend. And this weekend, the likes of Bayern Munich and also Bayer Leverkusen, as well as Red Bull RB Leipzig rather, will also be in action, and it starts tonight. Borussia Mönchengladbach will take on Borussia Dortmund. Then tomorrow, Arminia Bielefeld will play host to Eintracht Frankfurt. Augsburg will take on Union Berlin. Bayer Leverkusen will be at home to Wolfsburg, while Freiburg will entertain Stuttgart. Mainz 05 will take on RB Leipzig. Hertha Berlin will be at home to Werder Bremen. Then on Sunday, Schalke 04 will take on Bayern Munich. Wow, that's the show for the reigning champions because Shakafu has been poor, so poor. Offenham this time will be at home to SC Cologne. And lastly, we go to the French Ligue 1 and see how it's going to pan out. Yeah, I know that today, table toppers at the moment, Paris Saint-Germain will be having a game at home today, and if they win, they consolidate on their position. Yes, at home at 9 this evening, they'll play host to Montpellier. Then tomorrow, Lens will face Nice. Monaco will take on Marseille. On Sunday, it will be Bordeaux versus Angers. Dijon will take on Strasbourg. Metz will take on Nantes. Nice versus Lorient. Reims will take on Brest. Rennes versus Lille. While Saint-Etienne will take on Lyon. That is what to expect also from the French Ligue 1. And that now brought us to the Nigerian Professional Football Leagues. And let's look at the matches slated for this weekend. Kano Pillars will take on Rivers United. Wiki Tourists versus Jigawa Golden Stars. Kwara United will take on FC Fayuba. Atlant versus Aqua United. Enugu Rangers will take on Lobby Stars, while Abia Warriors will face MFM. Elsewhere, Katsina United will take on Plateau United. Aqua Starlets, that's Dakada IC versus Sunshine Stars. Then we have Adamawa United taking on Enyimba International, while Warri Wolves will face Nasarawa United. These are what to expect this weekend, and all matches are slated for 4 p.m. on Sunday. All right.
But there will also be a match tomorrow in Nigeria, right here in...
in those states, yeah.
Yeah, we have the match to celebrate the birthday of the chairman, chief executive of Big Joe Ventures, Comrade Sonny Osayede, and we expect the top football people in Edo State to be there. The deputy governor of Edo State, Right Honorable Comrade Philip Shaibu, has already confirmed his participation. He'll be wearing jersey number 40. Former FA chairman Frank Laboya will also be there. So many people will be there. Just said, of course, will be there. It's going to be taking place at Western Boys High School from 3 p.m. Tomorrow.
All right, so that's much we can take. Let's look at the SMS before taking the final whistle on the show this morning.
All right, I think we've got just one message here. Okay, this one says, good morning, sports guys. So, Ibra, if Atletico Madrid will go on to win the Spanish La Liga, Thomas Partey will regret Atletico Madrid. This is from Great. Well, we're not that Thomas Partey joined Arsenal, but Arsenal, I think they still have an opportunity of winning a title. Maybe not the English Premier League title, but they can win title. And see, this is the same thing that maybe people will say about Odran Gala. We'll be having this argument back and forth. These players sometimes they know what to do. Or every time the player knows what he or she wants. So if the player joins a particular club, looking at what is going on with the former club, that it is the person's choice, and you might be feeling that this person will regret it or whatever, but the person might have fulfilled a lifelong ambition. So maybe I think we should not worry too much about them. But we know that Thomas Partey is a world-class midfielder, and that at Atletico Madrid he did very well, but he felt it's time for him to leave, and that's why he decided to join Arsenal. Unfortunately for him, he's been injured a couple of times, but the few times that he has played, I think he's really done remarkably well. He's back now, so let's wish him the best and hope that he can go on to achieve great things at Atletico Madrid.
All right, right now we are getting reports that Manchester City striker Sergio Kun Aguero tested positive for COVID-19. Though they have been doing well even without him, but his presence.
He has hardly played football this season. He's been out injured, or he has been dropped. And now that you feel okay, maybe it's the time for him to get a couple of matches. He's affected by COVID. It's really, really bad. I would feel sorry for him. We sympathize with him and we wish him a speedy recovery.
Okay, that is the much we can take on the show this morning. Don't worry, when we return in the evening, we're also going to be giving you the latest happenings in the world of sports, and also to get you to contribute via calls and SMS. But before we go, you know how we roll. We'll take the final whistle of the show this morning.
The world knows this war is not over. The title should be stripped and we should be engaging in a title fight. I predict a title strip. What I will say, as long as we fight again, there will be no issue. That's it. If he continues to run, then I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Former UFC lightweight champion, the notorious Conor McGregor, calling out retired lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov ahead of his fight at UFC 257 against Dustin Poirier this weekend. And that's the final whistle on Sports Fiesta this morning.
With that, we come to the end of the show this morning, but don't worry, like I told you, we'll be here at 4 to give you the evening edition. But before we go, quickly, I think I just have to do this because I should have done this before now, and we are celebrating one of our own, and he is okay. The entire staff and management of 92.7 KBFM. We felicitate with our executive vice chairman Michael Oshoke Ugiadome as he celebrates his birthday today. Happy birthday, sir, and many happy returns. All right, we wish you all the best as you celebrate another day. All right, guys, see you later and have a wonderful day ahead. Bye-bye.